In a small village called Smiljan in the mountains of Croatia, a boy was born. The night was dark. Lightning flashed across the sky. Thunder roared like a wild animal. Inside a small wooden house, a mother cried out in pain. A midwife stood beside her, holding her hand. At exactly midnight, the baby arrived. The midwife looked out at the storm and whispered, "This child, he is born with lightning." The mother named him Nikola. Nikola's mother was not like other women in the village. Her name was Georgina. She could not read or write, but her mind was sharp. She built tools with her hands. She repaired clocks without instruction. And she remembered entire books just by listening. Nikola sat beside her every evening. He watched her work. Nikola said, "My mother's hands taught me more than any teacher." She inspired him. She showed him the beauty of invention. Nikola had an older brother named Dane. Dane was bright. He was quick with numbers. Everyone believed he would grow up to be a great man. But one day, Dane fell from a horse. His head struck a rock. He died instantly. Nikola was there. He saw it happen. He was only 7 years old. His heart broke. His home grew quiet. His parents were never the same. Nikola said, "After my brother died, I began to see things. Lights, patterns, machines. I thought I was losing my mind." As Nikola grew older, the visions became stronger. He could see machines in his mind. He didn't need to draw them. He didn't need to build them. He could see every part, every wire, every movement just by thinking. His teachers thought he was lying. Some even laughed at him. But he wasn't lying. He was gifted. Different. Nikola said, "I saw rotating machines long before I ever touched one. They moved perfectly. I could start and stop them in my mind." Nikola's father was a priest. He wanted Nikola to follow in his path. "You will join the church," his father said. "That is the life I want for you." But Nikola didn't want that life. He wanted to study science. Father said, "Books and prayers are good for the soul." Nikola said, "But I want to understand the world, Father. I want to build." One year, Nikola became very sick. He had a terrible fever. He was so weak he couldn't move. The doctor said he might not survive. His father sat beside him for days. He prayed and waited. One night, Nikola opened his eyes. Nikola said, "If I get better, will you let me study engineering?" His father looked at him. Tears filled his eyes. "Yes, my son," he whispered. "If you live, I will send you." Nikola lived. Nikola recovered. He became stronger. He read books faster than anyone. He studied math, science, and languages. He was hungry for knowledge. He dreamed of going to university. Nikola said, "Books were my friends. I studied day and night. I was building a world inside my mind." People called him strange, but he didn't care. Finally, Nikola went to university in Austria. It was his dream. He studied harder than anyone. He barely slept. He read whole textbooks in one night, but the work was hard. Sometimes he felt alone. Nikola said, "They said I was too intense, too serious, but I couldn't stop. My mind was full of ideas." One night, while walking in a park, Nikola had a vision. He saw a machine in his mind, a new kind of motor, one that could run without touching anything. He picked up a stick. He drew the design in the dirt. It was the idea for the rotating magnetic field, the idea that would change the world. Nikola said, "It was like lightning in my brain. I saw it clearly, how it would work, how it would move." Nikola Tesla's childhood was filled with pain, dreams, and discovery. From the storms of his birth to the spark of his first invention, he was never ordinary. His journey had just begun. Nikola said, "The world is full of secrets. I was born to find them." In 1884, Nikola Tesla arrived in New York City. He was 28 years old. He carried a small bag, a letter of recommendation, and a heart full of hope. The city was loud. Tall buildings, busy streets, horse carts and steam everywhere. It was nothing like Europe. Tesla said, everything moved fast. The noise, the people, but I knew I belonged here. This was the place where ideas could become real. Tesla took the letter to a famous inventor, Thomas Edison. The letter said, I know of no one more capable than this man. Edison gave Tesla a chance. Edison said, you want to work for me? Fix my machines and we'll talk. Tesla said, I worked day and night. I didn't eat. I didn't rest. I improved Edison's designs. But when Tesla asked for payment, Edison laughed. Edison said, you don't understand American humor, Tesla. Tesla was crushed. He left. Tesla had no job, no money. He dug ditches to survive. He was hungry and tired, but he never stopped thinking. Tesla said, my mind was full of visions. My hands were in the dirt, but my thoughts were in the sky. One day, Tesla met two investors. He showed them a new kind of motor. It ran on alternating current, AC. They were amazed. Investors said, you're going to change the world, Mr. Tesla. With their help, Tesla opened his own lab. He worked with sparks, wires, and light. Tesla said, my lab was my church. My inventions were my prayers. But not everyone liked AC. Edison believed in direct current, DC. A battle began. Newspapers called it the War of Currents. Edison said AC was dangerous. He even used it to hurt animals in public. Edison said, AC is deadly. It's a risk to families. But Tesla stayed calm. He believed the truth would win. Tesla said, they showed fear. I showed light. In 1893, Tesla got a chance to prove himself. The World's Fair in Chicago needed power. Edison said it couldn't be done with AC. Tesla said, let me try. He lit the whole fair with his technology. Thousands of lights. No noise. No danger. It's like magic. Tesla said it was not magic. It was understanding. One man stood by Tesla, George Westinghouse. He believed in Tesla's ideas. He paid Tesla. He protected Tesla. Together, they won contracts. They built the first hydroelectric plant at Niagara Falls. Westinghouse said, you dream, Nikola. I'll take care of the rest. Tesla said, Westinghouse saved more than my work. He saved my heart. With fame came ambition. Tesla wanted to build a tower to send electricity through the air, wireless power. He built the Wardenclyffe Tower. He said it could send messages across the ocean, even power homes. But money ran out. Investors left. The tower stood unfinished. Tesla said, I wanted to give the world light, but the world wanted control. In later years, Tesla lived in hotels. He had no lab, no money, but he still fed pigeons in the park. One white pigeon visited him every day. Tesla said, she was the only thing I loved. When she died, something inside me died too. Nikola Tesla died alone in 1943. But his ideas live on. Every phone, every light, every wire we use carries a piece of him. He was called strange, crazy, even dangerous. But he saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. Tesla said, the present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine.